So as we sit here, let's go ahead and start with those shoulders. We're going to do some big circles. Again, the idea here is to get fluid inside this joint so that it moves a lot smoother and you don't have any friction as you lift your weight. So we're doing really super exaggerated circles. One more full circle all the way around and down. I'm going to stop and let's change direction. Again, really exaggerating these circles, nice and big. Pull them forward so you feel it across your back. Drop them down, and as you pull them back, feel it across your chest. One more time, all the way around and down. Nice. Let's loosen up the neck area. I'm going to place my hands on my legs to keep my body facing forward, and just my neck is going to receive this as I look to the left and look to the right. One last time, both directions. We'll end up back at center. Now let's look up and down. As I look up, I'm going to extend my chin up, get that stretch all the way across. Opening up the chest, the jaw. One last time, up and down. And back to center. Very nice. Let's take that right hand up and extend it towards the ceiling. I'm going to drop that hand so it rests on my opposite ear and tilt that head down. And then take that left hand and point it down. And if you want a nice deep stretch, that stretch comes from the extension of that hand, not from pulling on your neck or your head. So extend that arm down, get a nice stretch across that neck all the way to the shoulder. And release, nice. Let's do the opposite side. Reach up, really extend that arm up, drop it down so it rests on the opposite ear, tilt that head, and then the right hand extends down. And extend it down, get a nice stretch across the neck. And release, nice. Let's take that left arm pointed up, and I'm going to drop that hand down behind my back, and the opposite hand's going to come up and just extend it. So if you see me from the side, I'm extending just a little bit. That gives a nice stretch through the side here. And release. Let's do the opposite side now. Right arm goes up, drop at the elbow so my hand drops behind me. Left hand comes up and extends that arm just a little further. Opening up underneath the arm, opening up the side of the body. And release, nice. We're going to do that one more time. Let's raise that left arm up, extend it up, drop it down. Other hand comes and extend. This time we're going to add a little bit more of a tilt to deepen that stretch. So I'm going to tilt to my right. And release, nice. And let's do the other side. Right hand comes up, drops down. Left hand comes to assist. And then let's tilt to the left. And release, nice. I'm going to take my right hand, extend it towards me. So my hand is extending towards me. I'm going to cross it across my body. Left hand comes up and adds a little bit of a pull, a tug, so I'm stretching my shoulder here. And release. Let's put that left hand, face it towards me, cross your body, and then the right hand comes up and pulls it towards you, so you get a nice stretch across your shoulder. And release. Nice. Ooh, hopefully those shoulders are feeling nice and loose now. We're going to move down to our spine area. And I'm going to take my left hand, place it on my right knee, and I'm going to look behind me. So my right hand can add some assistance by grabbing the back of my chair as I twist and look behind. And come back forward. And let's twist the opposite direction. And come back forward. Let's do that one more time. But when you look behind you, take that gaze and extend it as far as you can, almost as if you could look behind you. That's going to start warming up those muscles around your eyes. So let's look over that right shoulder. Extend that gaze even further. Come back forward. Let's look over the left shoulder and extend that gaze. And come back forward. Nice. Continuing to warm the back and the spine, let's do our cat-cow. And so from here, I'm going to keep my hands on my knees, and I'm going to arch my back and look up. And then I'm going to push against those knees, roll my back and look down. Nice soft movement back and forth. This is our cat-cow, modified cat-cow. Really imagine that each little vertebrae is moving in isolation, one at a time, allowing that fluid to move in, softening the spine. Let's do this 2 more times, each direction. That's 1. And 2, all the way back, and back to center. Nice. So we've done some movement forward and backwards. Let's get the side of the spine warmed up, and I'm going to do that by allowing my body to make big circles. And so this adds a different motion to the spine, opening up the side area, also starting to introduce some movement to the hips. Let's do one more full circle all the way around. We're going to stop in the center and let's change direction. This is a really great move to bring fluid into the spine, helps prevent injury. One more full circle all the way around, and we're going to end up right in the center. Nice. Good. All right, so we loosened up our neck, our shoulders, we've got this spine area. Let's do the front of the body, and we're going to push that belly out, pull it back in. Push it out, pull it back in. So really extend it out and then push it back in. I don't think you can see me that way. So push it out, pull it in. Push it out, pull it in. And this is warming up that front abdomen muscle. Great way to tone that core. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, all the way back. Nice. Good. All right. We're going to continue to move down the body as we warm it up. And we're going to warm up these hips and these legs and knees. I'm going to do that just by swinging our legs. And so just let those legs swing back and forth. We're not really doing a strong workout now, just bringing some fluid up the leg so you can hang on to the chair. You can even lean back if this is more comfortable. Swing those legs, get some fluid moving. And let's make circles now. So now I'm bringing my legs in a circle. And you might feel some popping in the knee. That's opening up some space there to allow fluid to move in. And stop and let's change direction. One more circle all around and stop. Nice. We're going to move down to our ankles. Let's get some fluid in there, and we're going to make some circles with our feet. If you need to, you can rest your leg on the other leg, or you can hold on to it. You might again hear some popping. That's opening up, allowing fluid to move in. Now point those toes towards me, and then point them towards you. Back and forth, moving back and forth. Very nice. Let's put that leg down. Let's do the other leg. Again, you can rest it as you make circles, or you can hold it up, however it feels comfortable. The goal is to loosen up the ankle, get some fluid in there. Change direction. Now let's point those toes towards me and then towards you. Back and forth. Again, you might hear some popping. That's letting the oxygen or any air that's trapped in there, fluid's able to move in. And set that leg down. Nice. And we're going to work a little bit more on the hips here, loosen them up. I'm going to do that just by giving ourselves a hug. I'm going to bring that leg up and hold it as close as I can to my body. So this loosens up the hip joint here. Leaving my foot where it's at, and you can set it down on the chair. I'm going to push this leg open just a bit. And now I feel a nice stretch on the upper thigh. Depending on the size of your chair, this might be a little more difficult for you. You can rest your foot on your leg if this makes it easier. But we're going to open up that hip joint. Let's bring that leg back up, set it down. Let's move to the other leg. Give yourself a hug. Pull it as close as you can, opening up that hip. You can set that foot on your chair, set it on your leg, but we're going to let that knee drop, opening up the inside thigh here. Bring it back up and place it back down. Nice. All right. I'm going to turn to my side here. I'm sitting sideways in my chair, and the leg that is closest to you, your leg closest to me, I'm going to drop that down. And if you can see in the video, I'm going to push that leg straight. So the ball of my foot is on the ground, and I'm pushing that heel back. So this leg becomes straight. And I'm sitting with my front leg in front of me outward, and I'm going to pull my arms up. This gives me a nice stretch across my abdomen. I'm also stretching the top of my thigh. And then bring those hands down and push your body up. Feel a nice stretch across the top of this leg. And bring this leg back in. Come to the front of your chair. Nice. Let's switch sides. So now I'm going to face the other direction. Bring that front leg back. I'm on the ball of my foot. Push that heel as close as I can to the ground. Pushing it back. This allows a nice straight line here. My front leg is holding me nice and strong. It's pointing forward. Bring both arms up. This creates a nice stretch across my front of my body. Stand up. Let's drop those hands down on the chair. Push your body up. Feel a nice stretch all the way across this front of the leg. And come back down and bring both legs to the front. Nice. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm now, ready to get moving. Our first moves will be without weights. But remember, your mind is very strong. Imagine that you've got weights in your hands and you're going to build more resistance in your arms as you do these exercises. I'm going to reach down and imagine that I'm pulling that kettlebell as I reach up, and I'm going to grab this imaginary rope that's coming from the ceiling. And I'm going to take that rope and that kettlebell, and I'm going to pull them and meet in the center as I bring my body back up. And then I'm going to switch sides. And I'm going to grab the kettlebell on this side, grab that rope, and pull them together. And so what's happening here is I'm doing a great workout across my chest and these abs are getting strengthened. So let's reach down and let's do this move for a count of 10. 1, pull it together, other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, back to center. Nice, good work. Now let's put our hands out in front of us and my palms are facing each other. And imagine that you've got a ball in front of you and you're trying to squish that ball. Try to squish that ball. So I've got a little bit of resistance. You should feel a little tension across your shoulder here as you're squishing that ball. And now take those palms. I'm going to take my thumbs, point them down. So now my palms are facing away from each other. And I'm going to push, almost as if you're in water and you're pushing away. And then I'm going to try to touch those palms behind me. Try to touch them as far as you can. Maybe you can only go this far, that's fine. Go as far as you're able to. Try to touch those palms. Maybe you can't. You can actually touch. Put those thumbs back up as we squish that ball in front of us. Nice. Thumbs down, going through water, opening up, touching the hands behind us. Add some resistance. This should be a difficult move if you're really imagining that you've got some resistance. Let's squish that ball, palms facing each other. Palms down, going through water, trying to touch those palms behind us. Turn, palms in front of us. Let's do this for 3 more times. 1. Bring those hands back, squish that ball. 2. Squish that ball. 3. Last one, really add some resistance and squish that ball. And release, nice. All right. Ooh, I can still feel that. Even without weights, I can feel some resistance being built here. Take a deep breath in, let it go. Oh, nice. Let's bring those arms up. We're going to do some circles. We're just making some nice, easy circles. Let's make those circles a little bigger. And even bigger now, really large circles. Now imagine you're holding some heavy weights in your hands, or maybe today you need to add some energy. You can open those palms. This is Qigong, bringing energy into the body. I like to imagine I've got some heavy kettlebells. I'm going to stop on the top. Let's change direction. And we're going to move to medium circles. And if these kettlebells get a little heavy for you, you can open those palms, bring some energy into your body. And let's move to tiny circles. And let's move a little faster now. We got these tiny circles. We're going to move super fast. Just a couple breaths more. Nice and relaxed. Whew, all right. That's feeling good in the arms too. All right. We're going to move down and grab our weights. So if you have your weights, go ahead and reach down and grab them. Or if you're using water bottles, cans of food, whatever you have at your home. We've got our weights in our hands. And I'm going to have my palms facing each other. So my palms are facing each other. I'm going to rest these hands just right next to my leg. Our first move is going to be our bicep curl. So we're going to raise those weights up. And then imagine that you're pushing against something. You've got some resistance as you lower them down. We'll do 3 reps. Our first rep will be for a count of 10. 1, up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to the shoulders and back. Nice. As you do these moves, make sure that your abdomen is nice and tight. Tilt those hips back so that your lower back is protected. Our next rep will be for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to the shoulders and back. Nice. And I think everyone has been in this class before, but just as a reminder, I have a shadow that way. Your hips should not be tilted forward. Tilt them back. This creates a straight line in the lower back, and this is going to help protect this area. And so you're always keeping the abdomen nice and tight, keeping that back flat. That's going to protect your lower back. We have one last rep. This last rep will be for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to the shoulders and back down. Nice push. Great. Before we move to the next move, let's grab some water, take a sip. Keeping the body hydrated during this summer weather. Same bicep move, only this time my palms are facing up. So they're going to rest next to my body, but my palms are facing up as I do this move. And I'm going to do 3 reps again. First rep will be for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, nice and strong, 10, nice. All right, our second rep will be for a count of 8, but I'm going to add a little bit more to this move. We're going to curl these weights up, and then we're going to push them up towards the ceiling and back down. This is an interesting move because my palms are still facing me as I go up and I go back down, and then we'll lower. So you can try that once, see how it feels for you. If it doesn't feel comfortable, you can just raise them up, and as we move up, just hold them here and then lower with us. You don't want to do anything that your body says, no, I don't like this. You want to keep that body nice and safe. This rep is for a count of 8. 1, and then if you're going to lift, push up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and all the way down. Nice. Great, great job. I see a lot of you trying this. So you're going to feel this in your bicep, but you're also going to feel it in the back of your arms as we add that additional move. We have one last rep, and this last rep is going to be for a count of 6. 1, push them up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, Last one, nice and strong. 6, all the way up and down. Nice, good work. Okay. Loosen up those shoulders if they're feeling tight. I'm gonna take these weights, palms facing each other, and lay them next to my body here. This next move is our airplane move, when we just pull them straight up and then drop them back down. This actually is a difficult move because we're using this little deltoid muscle. So if your weights are a little too heavy, that's fine. You can let go of the weights and just raise your hands. Or if you want to add that resistance, keep your weights in your hands. We're going to do 3 reps. First rep is for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up and release. Nice. Check in with the shoulders. Make sure they're not creeping up. Loosen them up. Check with your abdomen. Make sure it's tucked in, protecting that lower back. Our next rep is for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way out, nice and strong, and release. Nice. We have one last rep. Our next rep is for a count of 6, but check in, make sure the shoulders are loose, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice and strong, all the way up and release. Great job, good work. Let's bring these weights up to our shoulders. This next move is going to push them up towards the ceiling and then back down. So I like the fact that you try it first to see how appropriate your weights are, because you can always adjust. You can add additional weight or you can release the weights. I'm going to bring them up. We'll do 3 reps. First rep is starting 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way up. Starting position and release. Good work. Remember to breathe during these movements. Check in with the shoulders. Make sure they're staying nice and loose. Next rep is going to be for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way up, back to the start, and down. Nice. Our next rep will be for a count of 6, and let's make this one nice and strong. I was not a cheerleader in school, but I can pretend right now, right? So imagine you've got those pom-poms and you're bringing them up, only now they're weights, and that's okay because we've got power arms here. Let's bring them up for a count of 6. 1, woo, 2, some energy in here, 3, 4, 5, last one, 6, woo, bring them down and release. Good job, nice. Build some nice strong muscles in the arms here. Let's check in with our shoulders, make sure they're staying nice and relaxed. Good. All right. We're gonna put these weights on the front of our legs. Let me turn sideways so you can see them. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull them straight out in front of me and then back down. Nice and easy here. But this again, this is using these little muscles at the top of the shoulders, the deltoids. So if you need to adjust your weights, that's fine. You could do one weight with both hands bringing up if that works better for you, or no weight at all, whatever feels comfortable. I'm gonna do 3 reps. First rep is a count of 10. Watch that back, push that back flat, abdomen taut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight out and back down. Nice. Check in with the back, check the shoulders. Our next rep is for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Straight out and down. Nice. We have one last rep. I'm going to do for a count of 6. Make sure you've got a strong body. Tuck that abdomen in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight out and back down. Good work. Since our weights are already on our legs, why don't we go ahead and work these legs just a bit. I'm going to leave my weights on my knees. I'm going to go up on my tiptoes and then back down. And so you could add additional weight. Maybe you have some books, or maybe you've got a pet nearby that you can set on your lap as we raise our up onto our tiptoes and then lower back down. As you raise up, take this calf and really tighten it. You want this calf muscle to feel really tight. Just as if you're flexing your bicep, you can flex this calf muscle. That's going to help build that muscle up. 3 reps. First rep is for a count of 10. Bring up on your tiptoes. 1, 2. Tighten those biceps. I mean those calves. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's hold it. That's how high can you get up on those tiptoes? How tight can you make those calves? Squeeze them, and release. Nice. We're going to do the same move, only now I'm going to pull my legs out to the outside of my chair. So my legs are a little wider. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go up on my tiptoes. But you might notice that when your legs are apart, you're going to engage a little bit of the inside thigh here. Weights are on my knees. And I'm going to do the same count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's hold it up on those tiptoes as high as you can. Get those calf muscles nice and tight. And release. Nice. We're going to do each one of those one more time. Let's start with our legs together. Another count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's hold it. How high can you get up on those tiptoes? Tighten that calf and release. Nice. And let's open those legs with the outside count. Another count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's hold it. How high can you get up on those tiptoes? Tighten those calf muscles. Tighten that abdomen. Tuck that back. And release. Very good. Nice. You might notice as you do these moves that you're also using this area of your foot to raise up, and you're really working that foot and those ankles. I'm gonna get my weights, put them together. I'm gonna start working my abdomen here. I'm gonna do that by taking both my weights and try to pass them to that person behind you, and then bring them back to the front. Pass them to the person behind you, and bring it back to the front. And we'll do this for a count of 10. As you do this, really imagine these side muscles are doing the exercise here. And let's go ahead and begin. 1, and bring them back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way back and to the front. Nice. Now we're going to take these weights and we're going to raise them up, go back just a bit, and bring them back down. And so now you're going to feel this in the front of the body. So I raise up, tilt back just a bit, and bring it back down. And we'll do that for a count of 10. 1, up, go back, and back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way up, lean back just a bit and come back down. Nice. You might have felt that a little bit in the lower back. We're really working this core area as we lean back just a bit. All right. We have one more move that we're going to work on our side muscles here. And this is one that we've done before. One hand goes down to the ground, the other one comes up, about where the bra strap lies, and we're going to switch places. And imagine it's these side muscles that are doing this. Don't let the arms do this workout for you. You want these side muscles. Let's go ahead and lean down, one arm up. We'll do a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And all the way back. Very nice. You do one more core workout. This is going to work the back area here. The back and all the way down these hamstrings, all the way past the glute to the hamstrings. And this is the one where we put the weights to our chest, we lean forward, and we use these back muscles to pull our body up. So you really should feel these muscles contracting. Let these legs and this glute pull your body up. Don't push against your legs. Let these muscles do the work. So go ahead and lean forward, and let's lift our body up for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up. Nice, good job. We're going to continue working the legs, but we don't need our weights anymore. So set your weights down, but make sure they're back out of the way so you don't accidentally knock them with your feet. Set my weights down. All right. Continuing to build this core strength, we're going to do that by lifting our legs up. We're going to lift both knees together. So let's find that comfortable position. Maybe you need the support of the back of the chair, that's fine. And then you hang on to the chair as you lift those knees up and put them back down. If you're looking for more of a workout, you sit on the edge of the chair, still hanging on to it and lifting those knees up and putting them back down. And so it's these abdomen muscles that are lifting the legs up. I'm gonna lift our legs for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up and back down. Good job. All right, so you should be feeling this in the core right here. So our next lift will be for a count of 6, but I mean count of 8, but we're gonna add a little bit more. So I'm gonna lift my knees up, and then I'm gonna point those feet out, bring them back and down. So as you can see, I bring my knees up, kick them out, bring them back and down. And this is a little bit tougher, so if you need to lean back against the chair, that's okay. Let that chair help support you. Still focusing on these core muscles. This time we're only going to do a count of 8, so you got this. 1, push them out, bring them back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. Nice, good work. You should feel a little bit of a burn here, really working these abdomens. I'm not gonna do any more of that. This is really tough, and I don't want to do too much here. But we're gonna continue working those abs. This time, our move is gonna put our hands on our shoulders, lifting that knee and touching the opposite elbow back and forth this direction. And we've done this before. I'm gonna remind you though, not to bring your body down and not to curl your back to meet that knee. The body stays up and the knee comes to you, okay? So bring that leg up. And that's gonna work this leg muscle here. And we're gonna do for a count of 10, alternating. 1. Let's do both legs for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release. Ooh, nice job. Good work, everybody. We really worked our abs today. And so as we work our abs front and back, you might feel a little tension in the lower back, so let's loosen that up. I'm gonna put my legs out in front of me, and I want them to be at the appropriate distance. So I make fists, put them between my knees, go all the way down, make sure that I'm in alignment, so my fists go between my ankles, my knees. I know they're now directly out from my hips, and my body is nice and straight. And if you can see yourself in your video, make sure that you're not tilting one way or the other. This is going to add some pull or strain on one side. So body's nice and straight, upright. And I'm just going to let that body lean forward. Let my hands drop to the ground and let my head drop. Take a couple deep breaths in this position. Nice, and go ahead and walk your body back up. Nice way to open up the lower back. We're gonna take a little bit deeper stretch here by opening up those legs. I'm gonna do that same movement. So again, my knees are pointing out, and I notice that my feet are going in the exact same direction. That means my body is in alignment, back is nice and straight. I'm not leaning one way or the other. Body is upright, and I'm gonna lean forward. Let my hands drop down, let my head drop down. Take a couple deep breaths. You're going to feel more of a stretch on the inside of your thighs in this position. And go ahead and walk your body back up. And leave your elbows right here on your knees. Let's open up those thighs a little bit more. And let your body come back down. You should feel a nice stretch on the inside of your thighs. And go ahead and bring your body all the way up. Let's bring those knees back in. I'm going to take my right leg and put that ankle on my left knee. We kind of did this at the beginning of class. This is called a figure four. And so we've got this figure four, my leg crossing over. But in this position now, I'm going to lean my body forward. And I get a nice stretch across my hip here. Again, don't let your back round. Back is straight. The tilt is at the hip. And breathe into any tightness. Imagine that your breath goes right into that tight hip. And as you exhale out, any tension just leaves with it. I'm going to bring our bodies up. I'm going to take this leg down and let's switch. I'm going to bring that opposite foot up, rest it on my knee. And all of this might be a little bit different depending on your flexibility. Body still upright, straight, and lean forward at the hips. Back is straight. And maybe leaning forward only is a couple inches, that's fine. Back is straight. Don't let that back round. That's going to add tension to your lower back. Breathe into this tight hip. Exhaling out any tension. And bring your body upright. Let's release that foot. I'm going to hang onto the chair with my left hand. Bring that right hand up towards the ceiling. And I'm going to lean towards this secure hand. As I do so, it looks like my hip wants to raise up. Push that hip down. Extend this arm up towards the ceiling, pushing the hip down, getting a nice stretch in this area that we worked so hard on today. And bring that arm down. Let's try the other side. Raising that left arm up, tilt to the right. Don't let that hip rise though. Push it down as you're extending up. Push down, raise up. And bring that arm back down. I'm going to take my right leg and just sit it out straight. And then I'm going to raise that right arm up. And again, I'm going to lean over. Now you see this nice straight line with my hand pointing towards the ceiling, going at an angle to my foot all the way down to the ground. Feel a nice stretch all the way down into your lower abdomen here. Bring your body back up. And now let's lean towards that leg that's extended. And if you want to, you can raise that other arm if it feels good. And let's bring those hands back down, bring that leg back in. Let's do the other side. So now I'm going to extend that left leg out and find a nice comfortable position. Same arm rises up and I lean over towards that secure arm that's holding me against the chair. Shoot that arm up, extend that leg to the ground. Nice straight line. Feel that stretch all the way through the hip. And I'm going to lean towards that extended leg. If it feels good, go ahead and bring that other arm up. And bring that hand down. And bring that leg back in. Nice stretch across the legs here. All right. So we've got a few minutes and our bodies are nice and warm now. We're going to do a little cardio before we bring our coolness back in. So let's go ahead and walk in place. If you want to add a little more cardio, you can move your arms. Let's get that heart rate moving up. Can you pick up that pace just a bit? Let's pick it up just a little faster now. How fast can you go? Imagine that you're running. You see that finish line, and you know they're going to take a picture, so you want to run as fast as you can. How fast can you go? Move those arms, move those legs. Nice. So let's start to slow it down. Back to a jog. Remember to breathe. Back to a walk. And let's slow down. Nice. Check in with your body. If you want to feel your pulse, see how fast that heart rate has risen. And now know that you have control, right? Just lower this heart rate down. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Soften those shoulders. Really imagine that heart slowing back down to normal. You're nice and calm. Doesn't take long to bring your body back to its normal state. Very good. Let's march in place now. Bring those knees up high. Raising up those knees is going to get that blood pumping. Got your arms going. Bring those knees up. Let's pick up the pace just a bit. Keep those knees up, even though we're moving a little faster. Got that pace going a little faster. Let's go a little faster now. Still keeping those knees up high. Your heart rate might rise a little sooner because we just did another exercise. And let's bring that back down to a slower pace. Still keeping those knees up high. And let's check in with our bodies. Feel that heart rate. Knowing you can slow it down, let's bring it back to normal. Deep breath in, soften the shoulders. Picture that heart slowing down. Deep breaths in. Very good. Our last cardio is going to be our jumping jacks. So remember, you have a choice. You can just do your legs, you can just do your arms, or you can do them both together. And let's do a count of, let's do 25 today, all right? So find your safe position, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You guys have got this. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're almost there. 1, 22, 23, 24, 25. Woo, great job. All right, slow that heart rate down. Feel your body calming down and relaxing. Nice. And we'll release any tension that was built up during this session. Let's go ahead and roll those shoulders. Release anything that was built up when we were doing this exercise class. And let's go ahead and take one hand and big circles, opening up your whole body. Follow that arm all the way around. Now you feel your core loosening up. And let this hand rest on your knee. Do the opposite side. One more big circle. And both hands on your knees. And we'll do a couple of our cat-cows, making sure the spine is feeling good. Remembering to breathe. One last time, both directions. And stopping in the center. Nice. All right, I'm going to have you bring your arms up towards the ceiling. My palms are facing each other. Interlace those fingers and let's put the palms facing up and extend towards the ceiling. Feel a nice stretch all the way down your core. And then release those hands and bring them into cactus or goddess hands here. And now I'm going to take my elbows and pull them back as if I'm trying to touch my shoulder blades. So it's hard to see, but I'm really trying to pull back, opening up my chest, opening up under my arms, also adding a little bit of a movement in my upper back. Nice. Bring those palms back up, stretch up, interlace those fingers, palms facing up towards the ceiling, really extend up. Bring those hands into goddess arms. Now try to touch those shoulder blades together. Really extend. You should feel a nice stretch across the front of your body. And release. We're going to do that one more time. Reach up towards the ceiling, extend up. Interlace those fingers, open up those palms. This time let's lean back just a bit. Bring those palms back up towards the ceiling. Release into goddess arms. Try to touch those shoulder blades together. Bring those hands back into goddess. Let's do that same move, only now I'm going to take my hands and push them back. Just like when we were trying to swim through the water. And release, bring them forward. Whew, all right. If you need to wiggle out any tension there, let's shake those hands out. Release those wrists. And let's look to the left and to the right. Relieve any tension in the neck. And up and down. Nice. And then let's shake out any tension that we have in our feet. Wiggle those ankles around, wiggle those feet around. And do both sides. Oh, you hear a lot of popping and cracking. Nice. All right. So our last move is going to be a move that we're going to cross our midline. So this is our midline here. And remember when we were in school, we learned that we were the right brain or left brain, because the right brain operates on the left side of the body and the left brain operates the right side of the body. When we cross over that midline, we're actually engaging both sides of the hemisphere. So this is a really good move to do to help build myelination between the hemispheres here. And I'm just going to put my hands, I can put them together or make fists just so they're kind of close together. I'm going to do this figure 8. And so as I do this, you're going to feel a nice opening. So you're doing a nice stretch. But as I do this, I'm crossing my midline. And so I'm actually building my brain as I do this move. 2 for 1. That's nice, right? Simple move, stretching the body, cooling it down, but also building our brain. Now, when we did this move, we naturally went in a direction that felt comfortable for us. And so I want you to stop and change direction. So now this might feel a little more challenging. You may even take a couple tries before you realize that you're going in the opposite direction. Now we're adding just a little bit of a challenge as we change direction. One last full figure 8. I'm gonna stop in the center here. I'm gonna do that figure eight again, only this time I'm gonna let each hand have its own side. So one side's gonna start the figure eight, and as it hits the middle, it's almost like tag team if you ever did relay races. You tag that other hand, it comes around and finishes that figure eight. Simple move, helping to loosen up the arms, but also engage both the right and the left hemisphere of the brain. We used to do these moves with children in our classroom, help build that myelination. One last time, both sides, right and left. And stop in the center.